So here we are, already in the next video, talking about choosing a WordPress theme. Well, here are some of the rules that I use personally when I choose a WordPress theme, and that I think will be helpful for you, is possibly a newbie, just trying to set your own WordPress theme up that will keep you from suffering in the future. So, um, choosing a theme is going to be your first step in the process. Careful attention to the proper details will get you off to the right start. One thing you want to keep in mind is that good marketing of a theme doesn't necessitate that it's a quality theme, that it doesn't necessitate that it has good code or anything like that. Test driving several themes in order to vet their quality and the ability to fulfill your business goals while holding them up to these below stated guidelines will ensure that you get a theme that will bring profit to your business. So, here are the few guidelines. First of all, if you are on the WordPress repository, which we will go to right now, and I'm just going to open a new window, and we'll go to WordPress theme, and that should take us there. What do you want to look at? Here's a few things. You go to the theme repository, and this is just the theme repository, and you look at, popular themes. You see lots of themes here, but how do you vet these themes to make sure that they are quality? Well, first you need to keep in mind that the WordPress team has been working pretty hard to add certain guidelines, some code standards to any of the themes here in the repository. So, but let's just say you find a theme that you like. Here's the Sydney theme. You look at this, and there's information here. And a few of the key points that we're going to talk about right now. In vetting a theme, you want to do, first of all, look at the downloads, ratings, and reviews. So this theme is a popular theme, so it has lots of downloads, and we can look at the number here, which is 1,756. We can travel through time and see the downloads per date, per day of this theme. So it seems to be popular in that respect. And then you can look at the actual ratings, which is a really good indicator of a good theme. WordPress, the WordPress repository, which is what we're at right now, has they added Amazon-like reviews several years ago, which helps you in vetting a theme. So you can click on any of the reviews, and you can read, why this person reviewed it 5 stars. They may give more detail, and they may not. And this is actually one of the points you want to look at. So look at the reviews. The next thing you want to look at would be whether or not this theme offers support. Any theme within the repository probably doesn't have very much support from the theme builders. However, there are other ways that you can get support for themes through the WordPress community. And I'll talk a little bit more about the WordPress community a little bit later. But you want to look at the support. And if this is a premium theme, you're going to look at pre and post sale support. How good is that support system? The technical simplicity. This one is a little bit more difficult for you to really identify, but what you can do is you can go to the plugins, and I'm just going to open this in a new tab here, and there are plugins that help you vet a theme. So there's this one plugin called Theme Check. Once you install the theme and you have added it to your installed WordPress website, you can install this plugin called Theme Check, and it will help you to see how well is this theme developed. And that's a very important point right there, because if it's a theme that hasn't been kept up to date very well and it's not developed according to WordPress standards and best practices, then it might be something you want to pass over. The next thing you want to look at is this theme bloated? And that's a really tough one for you to actually look at without having to install the theme. So um, we'll talk a little bit more about theme bloat later as well. However, a theme should be developed to actually only display content. And that's something for you to keep in mind. There shouldn't be lots of extra features built into a theme. Like you shouldn't have a calendar built into a theme. I mean, there is a calendar widget, but you shouldn't have like a full-fledged calendar or another one. You shouldn't have videos built into the theme like a video post type. We'll talk about post types more, and I'm bringing up some of these things. You can check out these terms in the glossary, and or you can skip to the videos that are related to this, because we're talking about this all throughout this series. So here are the few rules, and you can also check out the theme. Does it have a responsive web layout? Now, the only way for you to see if it has a responsive web layout is for you to actually go view a live version of the theme. Now, here on the theme page in the repository, you can, on most themes, you can get a live preview. So I'm going to click and open this in a new tab. This is the Sydney theme. It's a free WordPress theme. And look, they have a demo link right here. So this is how you want to look at all of the themes. You can come here to this Sydney theme, and you can see, okay, looks great. Looks really nice. And look, they even have ways that you can test different size screens. That's what a responsive layout is. Okay, this looks good on different size screens. Okay, so that's checking one thing off of the board. It's no wonder it's a popular theme. So I'll close that window, and then I'm going to also close this window, and I'll close the theme check window as well. So we're almost through with this. And then you also want to look at the WordPress community reputation. Well, in the glossary, we have also links to different Facebook groups in the WordPress community where you can ask around. We also recommend highly that you check out a local WordPress meetup wherever you're located, so you can talk with people at that meetup about this theme. So these are a few rules that I use to vet themes. We only looked at some of the themes directly within the WordPress.org repository. Next, we're going to look at themes from different marketplaces.